All right, let's just jump right in. You ever look at those super successful people, the billionaires, the top athletes, and just wonder, how did they get so much done? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? Well, here's the thing. It's not some crazy superpower. They've just figured out how to work with their brain, not against it. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? Where it feels like you're in a constant fight with your own head. You've got this huge to-do list staring you in the face, but you've got absolutely zero energy. You sit down, you try to focus, but your mind is just everywhere else. It really does feel like your own brain is sabotaging you.
And this slide it hits home, doesn't it? We all have this dream of the perfect day. You wake up feeling amazing, you're totally in the zone, knocking out tasks, and you finish the day feeling satisfied. But then there's reality. Waking up exhausted, fighting off distractions all day, and just collapsing at the end, feeling like you got nothing done. It's a huge gap.
But here's the key. What if I told you this isn't your fault, it's not a character flaw, it's not about trying harder or hustling more. It's about understanding the user manual for your brain. Seriously, science has shown we can literally rewire our brains to be more productive. And I'm going to show you exactly how.
So here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 3 parts. First, the foundation, that's body and mind. Then, the engine, all about focus and learning. And finally, the core, which covers emotion and energy.
All right, let's get into part 1, the foundation. Think of your brain like a high-performance computer. Before you can even think about installing the best software, you've got to make sure the hardware is plugged in and running perfectly. This stuff, fueling your brain and body, is absolutely non-negotiable.
Rule number 1, and it's a big one, sleep. So many of us treat it like it's optional, something to cut when we're busy. That's a massive mistake. Sleep isn't passive. Your brain is actually super busy. It's like a deep cleaning crew comes in every night, scrubbing away all the mental junk that builds up during the day, sorting out your memories, and getting you emotionally balanced for tomorrow.
And just think about that for a second. When you actually get enough sleep, everything just works better. Making decisions feels easier, you trust your gut more, you don't have to force yourself to be motivated, it's just there. A brain that's well-rested is a brain that's ready for anything. Okay, on to the second rule for our foundation, exercise. And look, we all know it's good for our bodies, right? But what we often forget is that it's maybe even more important for our brains. Think of it like premium-grade fuel for your mind. So here's the deal. When you get your body moving, your brain gets flooded with all this great stuff. Chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. That's the good stuff. It's what makes you feel happy, sharp, and ready to go. It literally melts away that brain fog. We're not talking about running a marathon here either. Even just a quick 20-minute walk can completely change your entire mental state for the better.
Okay, so our hardware is fueled up. Now it's time for section 2, the engine. This is where we upgrade the software. We're talking about how to fine-tune the way you focus, learn, and actually process all the information coming at you. And that brings us to rule 3, focus. Seriously, in the world we live in today, which is basically designed to shatter your attention into a million pieces, the ability to do one thing at a time, that's a legitimate superpower. So many of us fall into the multitasking trap. It feels productive, right? We're juggling a bunch of things, we feel busy, but are we actually getting anything done? Usually not. Our energy is just scattered. But when you switch to deep work, when you pour all your attention into one single thing, man, that's when the magic happens. It's like a laser beam. Your creativity just ignites and everything becomes crystal clear. All right, rule number 4 is all about repetition. And the best way to think about this is that your brain is a muscle. You wouldn't go to the gym one time and expect to be ripped, would you? Of course not. It's the same with learning. Hearing a cool idea once is great, but it won't stick. You have to repeat it over and over until it's just part of who you are. And this is how you make that happen. It's a simple path. First, you hear the idea. Then, you repeat it. Say it out loud, write it down, whatever works. As you do that, you start to really feel it, to absorb what it means. And before you know it, it's not just something you know, it's something you are. It becomes automatic. Rule number 5 is a simple one, but so powerful. Visuals crush text every single time. I mean, just think about it. How long does it take to read a paragraph explaining a concept versus just seeing a picture of it? Our brains are visual machines. We're wired to understand and remember images way, way better than just words on a page. So if you want to learn something, find a visual.
And here we are, our final section, the core. We've talked about the hardware and the software.
Now we're getting to the operating system itself. This is all about managing your internal world, your emotions, your energy. Because at the end of the day, that's what really runs the show.
Okay, Rule 6 is about how we look at stress. Most of us think of stress as the enemy, something we have to fight and destroy. But what if it's not? What if stress is just a messenger? A signal from your brain and body saying, hey, something's not right here. When we ignore that signal, it just chews away at our ability to think clearly. But if we just listen to it, that's the first step to getting things back in balance.
Rule 7 is huge, and it's something we forget all the time. Emotion is what makes us do things. Logic is great for making a plan. You can have the most beautiful, color-coded spreadsheet in the world, but if you don't feel anything about it, if there's no emotional juice behind it, you're not going to do it. It's that simple. If you're not motivated, it's usually because you haven't connected with your why.
And last but not least, rule number 8, your brain needs breaks. We are not machines. I'll say it again, we are not designed to work non-stop. Our brains have a natural rhythm, a pulse, and trying to power through that, to ignore it, that's not a sign of toughness. It's just a fast-track ticket to burnout.
And there's actually a number to this rhythm. It's about 90 minutes. That's the magic number. Your brain can go hard, really focus, for about 90 minutes. After that, it needs a breather. And we're talking a short breather, maybe 5–10 minutes to just disconnect. That's not being lazy. That is a strategic move. It's how you come back even stronger for the next round.
So let's put it all together. This is your toolkit for mastering your mind. You've got the foundation, sleep and exercise to power the hardware. You've got the engine, one task at a time, repetition, and visuals to upgrade the software. And you've got the core, handling stress, using emotion, and taking breaks to keep the whole system running perfectly.
But look, knowing all this stuff is one thing. The real change, the real power, comes from actually doing it. Information is cool, but it's just potential. Action is what turns that potential into real power in your life.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. You now have the instruction manual for your own brain. The only question left is, which one of these rules are you going to start with? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today?